Sly Cooper might be my favorite game series. And these days that's unfortunate, as now it's better known for inspiring DeviantArt furry degeneracy than for the games themselves. While I'm a huge fan of Sly 2 and 3, I'm not as well versed in the first game. Therefore, it's probably the only game in the series I can give an impartial review, without being utterly blinded by nostalgia. A PS2 exclusive, Sly Racoon, or Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus as it's known in Cheeseburger Freedom Land, was released in 2002. Let's get into it, so I can purge the sin I witnessed working on this.
So hungry!
For the last time, you really need to see a doctor about this.
The late 90s and early 2000s was the golden age for the stealth genre, with titles such as Hitman, Tom Clancy, and Metal Gear Solid. Sly Racoon takes these basic concepts of stealth and applies them to the mascot platformer genre. Levels are mostly linear, with focus on moving undetected past armed guards, searchlights, and laser systems, rather than direct combat. They emphasize this focus by making Sly weaker than my will to live in the morning, dying in one hit, and requiring pickups to take additional hits. Unless you're absolutely sure you can get the first hit, avoiding combat is preferable, or you end up like this video I found, of a monkey eating a raccoon like a frisbee. Sly Racoon does a good job in merging these two genres. Platforming feels very smooth, and makes moving through the game's varied environments deeply satisfying. Add into this the various moves developed over the course of the game, and you have a tight platforming experience. However, when the game deviates into different styles of gameplay, this is where the quality dips slightly. The racing stages are acceptable, but I found the swamp skiff section slippery and annoying, and the Murray escort sections deserve to be banished to the deepest circle of hell. The story of Sly Racoon is a child-friendly tale of revenge and patricide. Sly must hone his skills in order to defeat the criminal gang that murdered his father and stole the family copy of Stealing Shit for Dummies. Definitely closer to the story of a gritty mafia movie than most things involving talking rodents, but Sly Racoon manages to balance the tone in a way that makes it feel very natural, and avoids the Shadow the Hedgehog trap when combining a serious tone and anthropomorphic characters. Though to be fair, it couldn't have done worse than Shadow, since no one says shit like,
"Disgusting black creatures, get out of my sight."
In terms of presentation, the game holds up quite well for a game released 18 years ago. The level environments look great, and run the spectrum from warm and bright, to cold and intimidating. The focus on a more cartoon-like art style definitely benefits games from this era, as they generally age better than more realistic attempts, which age like a toddler left in a hot car. The soundtrack plays into the stealth theme of the game itself, and does it well, alternating between subdued or intense, depending on whether the player is in combat. It's good shit. I didn't have a lot of good things to say about Sly Racoon going into this review. It's quite different to the later titles in the series, and at first I couldn't adjust my expectations. But playing it again, I was pleasantly surprised. The gameplay is smooth, and presents a decent level of challenge without being unfair. It's a deeply charming game, and one that I would definitely recommend for those who enjoy the classic mascot platformer. And I got through the whole review, and only talked about furries once. Give me a fucking medal.